Well, welcome to this week's family interview. I know it's not a family like maybe you were expecting. It's me and Rosalie instead. So we're just going to catch you up on everything that's been going on in our lives and how we're doing through all this, and also remind you that you do not have to have a big family in order to be on our family interview. We'd love anybody and everybody to participate in this, so make sure if you're interested, go ahead and send me an email and we will get you put on the list to do one of these interviews. But first, just want to talk about how we're doing, what we're up to, what our weeks look like. They're obviously a little bit different. For me, I'm not in the church office every single week, every single day, so I am working from home. Pastor Kent and I video call a lot, and we talk about how we're going to do things. We upload all of our videos to Ben Lake, who so graciously puts everything together. But you know, it's just a little bit different. Everything just seems a little different, feels a little bit different, and the time scale just seems way slowed down. But I'm still having a great time catching up with all of our families and all of our members at church, and it's great to see all of you when I get to see you on video calls. But that's pretty much what my week looks like. Rosalie, how does your week pan out as a teacher?
Well, that is a great question, Nathan. So most recently, this past week, I've actually started live teaching, so that has changed my schedule a little bit. So throughout the week, I check in with each one of my students, either on a phone call, a video call, and our goal is that that's like about 20 to 25 minutes checking in, making sure they're doing okay emotionally, making sure if they have any questions academically. And then twice a day, I am doing live teaching sessions, so one in the morning and one in the afternoon, and that's on Zoom, so kids log on. And since I'm a reading teacher, so I teach third grade reading, we actually are doing discussions each day, which I love. It's been super fun. The day before, I post a video of a book, and the kids watch the video.
And I get to read it with you.
Yes, Nathan joined me last week for my videos. So I video myself, then the kids watch it, or they can read the book on their own. I post a digital copy, and then they come to the live teaching the next day and we have a discussion. So that's about how my schedule looks. Anything else that I do?
Lots of meetings.
Yes. I still have lots of meetings, check-ins, and then lots and lots of parent texts and phone calls aside from the check-in times, just to make sure we're answering all the questions. Of course, it's been a really big transition going from school in person to online, and parents have lots of questions that I'm happy to answer at all hours of the day. But it is a time of transition for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, probably, I think, you know, we have some teachers in our congregation, and I think, you know, it's definitely a hard transition to make because you're so used to having all of your kids right there in front of you. They can raise their hand, they can ask a question, and now it's a matter of, are they going to log on, are they not going to log on, are their parents going to be at home to help them to get on the computer, all these things, and all of a sudden school is already hard enough, and it's already tiring enough, and now it's all digital, and it just makes it that much harder, that much more confusing, that much more effort that you have to put in. So
it's definitely hard not having the daily touch point with the students, because when you're at school and you talk with the kids every day, you can have constant communication. They know the expectations, but at home, especially since I have third graders, there's not really a direct line of communication to the students. So it gets a little bit more challenging trying to figure out how to reach them the best way.
Yeah, it's definitely a challenge for sure. Well, I'm sure some of you are also finding the challenges at your job and figuring them out and making those transitions. But you know, we're just thankful that we have each other here at home to support each other, and we've been keeping ourselves busy. We go on our walks every day with the dogs. As you can probably
hear the dogs in the background.
Yeah,
they are very active and always excited, and I think that they've loved having us home, but they're also a little mad sometimes. They want their alone time.
Sometimes we'll be downstairs and we're like, oh, let's spend some time with the dogs, and like they start to like nibble like on our arms or something because they're like, we want to be alone. And we go upstairs and they sleep, and they're like, finally, the humans are gone. We can sleep.
I think that they don't want us to see that they're tired. They want to be the final one playing,
Yeah.
so that's always a competition between the two of them.
No, but we've taken lots of walks, get outside, see our neighbors from a distance. You know, I think it's different though because, you know, normally we have things we do in the evening, or we go shopping for groceries, and that takes up some of our evening, or we go to, and like none of those things we can do, and so I don't know, it's just a little bit weird. And, you know, lots of projects to find around the house right now. We're actually repainting one of our hallways, so that's in process right now. But yeah, there's always just different things that we find and keep ourselves busy. I don't know, what's the best thing we've done so far? Do you think?
What do you think? You asked the question, you must have something in mind.
Well, we got, I don't know, maybe some of you guys have done this too, but we got these little mini, actually I'll just show you one because it's sitting right over here.
Oh, yes. So I can explain it while you get it. We found this painting place where they do to-go kits. So we got all the materials and stencils from the place. And there's one more. Why didn't you get the other
Well,
one?
I can't hold 3 of them.
I'll get the other one.
But they give you everything, and so we had a really fun time painting these things. They give you a stencil, and they give you the paint and all that kind of stuff, and the brushes. So we put these things together, and yeah, I only painted one, as you can tell. But
I think they turned out great.
Yeah. So if you're looking for a fun family activity, this could definitely be one. Or you could honestly just go out and cut a 2x6 yourself or a 2x8 and just paint it yourself. That's doable too. But I don't know, that was pretty fun. I don't know what else we did.
I think for me, one of the best things that we've done is just being able to go on all of our daily walks, sometimes multiple times a day.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm definitely less tired, or a different level of tired, after teaching from home versus teaching 30 kids all day. So I feel like I've been able to enjoy the time that we have at home and with the dogs and going on walks, just because I'm not coming home from a really long day and completely exhausted. So that's been fun.
Yeah.
I don't know, what else have we done?
Not that much.
We've made a lot of cookies.
Made a lot of cookies.
We made those really good cookies with the chocolate chips and the oatmeal
the
and the
DoubleTree
brown
cookie
sugar.
recipe. Yeah. If you're looking for a really good cookie recipe, some of you probably stayed at DoubleTree hotels. They always have the homemade cookies at the front desk when you walk in. They release their recipe, and if you make it based on the recipe, they're really good. They didn't last. We made like 2 dozen, and they didn't last a whole week. So if that should just tell you how good they are. But yeah, no, we've stayed busy, and yeah, sometimes we just get out in the car and go for a little bit of drive. Just cause, and yeah, you can hear our dogs in the background. They're always a little bit crazy, but
I think also the scavenger hunt was super fun that we did with church.
Yeah.
The virtual scavenger hunt, and then we actually did the same scavenger hunt the following week with my students.
Yeah.
And it was really, really fun. That was definitely a highlight.
We could figure out another thing like that.
I know, we've been thinking.
So if you have an idea that would be really fun for us to do all together as a church, please let us know what would be fun to do like that, because I would love to do another thing like the scavenger hunt. But I don't have any more ideas. I've looked for stuff online and I haven't found anything yet either. So if you have an idea, let me know.
And then I could use it with my students too.
Yeah,
So
we'll double dip.
Win-win.
But what's one thing that you've learned about God or about church or anything like that over the past 4 weeks?
That's a good question. I think the biggest thing that I've been learning through this whole situation, but it's also just something I've always been learning in my life, is to trust in God and to trust that God is in control. I know we've talked about this a lot, but I think that in my life, that's one thing that's hard. I want to have a plan. I want to make sure things are going according to that plan. And clearly, these last few weeks have not gone according to anybody's plan on this earth. Nobody knew we would be in this situation. Okay, Adam, hello.
And that's Autumn wanting to go out.
And I think that because of the situation, because of how out of our control it is, it's really reminded me and helped me gain perspective. When I think I have control, I really don't, and that's scary, but it also reminds me that we have a God who is in control of everything, and that he knows the end of this situation, he knows the end date, and that brings me comfort. It's also hard because I want to know, and I want to know on this date everything's going to be okay and everything's going to be better. But we've just talked a lot about how God has used this time to bring families closer together, to have people slow down, and there is a lot of good that's come from such a hard, stressful situation. But I think the biggest thing is God's just really reminding me and everybody that he is in control. His plan is what's going to happen, and kind of knocked us as humans off our thrones. And I think that needed to happen. I know it needed to happen for me. As much as I like to have a plan, ultimately God's plan is perfect. So
Yeah, no, I think I would agree. I mean, I think the whole like planning thing, even though I'm not as much of a planner.
I'm such a planner, so it's funny for you to say that.
But even just like the long-term plans of, you know, having the Easter egg hunt and having a Good Friday service and having the Easter Sunday service, and even like looking into the future, like the summer, the things that we were planning over the summer, and that kind of stuff. You know, I wanted to do all these things, and obviously God has other plans, and so some of those things we might do later in the year, some we might not, but clearly God had other plans, and he's going to make it all work together. What that is, I would love to know right now. But, you know, we don't know right now. So
I think it's also reminding us, my dad actually sent me a devotional today to read about how we shouldn't worry about tomorrow. And if we really knew the future, we wouldn't be able to focus on the now. For two reasons. One reason is because we would be so excited possibly about the future that's all we're thinking about.
Or worried.
That was the second thing. I was getting to that. So we would be so excited, and that's all our mind is consumed with. Or if you knew the future, you might be so worried, stole my punchline, that's all you can think of, because if we actually knew the future, it could be good, it could be bad. And that's why God calls us to live for today and do not worry about tomorrow. That's the verse. So pretty timely. You know, dads always know some good things to say.
They do. Well, it's been great to do our little interview, little catch up. I know some of you, whenever I call you, you ask, how's Rosalie doing? How are both of you doing? And you want to hear from Rosalie. So hopefully
here I am.
Covered your hearing from Rosalie Bates, and not just from Nathan. But just want to remind you that you know, we are praying for all of you, and we're praying for all of our church family. And if there's anything that you do need prayer for, or you have needs, whatever it is, please reach out to myself or Pastor Kent, and we will get back to you as soon as we can. But we would love to keep and continue to catch up with you, and hopefully we're able to see all of you together again soon. We don't know when that will be.
And that's hard.
Very confident.
God's
got it. But we're very confident that when we are back together, I'm really looking forward to that Sunday. It's going to be a really special Sunday, because I don't know, in recent history, there's never been a time when we haven't been able to meet as a church
for this long.
Over a month. I mean, it's going to be 2 months, but I was looking for.
You don't even have a watch.
So we're excited. We're looking forward to it, and Lord willing, we will be together again soon, instead of just meeting online. So.
But for now, we have these great family interviews, and I'm sure you would love to hear from some other families in the church, because Nathan and I cannot do the interview 2 weeks in a row. So make sure you email Nathan if you are interested. When he sends out the email and asks if any families are interested and includes a link, you just click that, and it actually already writes the email for you, right? and it just sends it directly to Nathan. So if you're like, oh, I don't feel like typing out a whole email, you don't have to. Click the link and send it right to Nathan, and you will be the next family interview.
That's true. Well, good to see all of you, even though not in person, and we hope to see everyone together again soon.